Hello, folks. It is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. Kevin here with your afternoon grain update. Couple quick things that I wanted to mention. This is life under the fog bank. I don't know. Hopefully the skies have cleared where you guys are, or at least bringing you something a little better than fog. We get down here by the river because it's above freezing. At home, it is not above freezing. Better place to walk. So, yeah, a couple things real quick. Today, the dollar formally closed underneath a 15-year long uptrend line. This is the dollar index. We flirted with that. We dipped down to that mark in, it was October. And we did not close beneath it. We stabbed down to it, reversed, and rallied after that. Rallied up got up into that 99 plus area on the index. And then slowly but surely worked their way back down until now, which we have now dipped beneath it for the first time in 15 years. That is significant. I had to wait till we saw the close at 1:15 p.m. Pacific time before I could have really announced that, because the last time it looked like we were going to get down and close beneath it. The funds, the computer trade bought it back up at the end and signaled that it wasn't ready to do that. So, seeing that switch and seeing the way we closed is significant. And we were about a third of a point beneath that. I'm using the 96.7 mark as what I thought today's trend line went through. We were running around 96.3 to 96 even most of the day, and I thought, they could move that above that pretty quick at the end. But instead, we ended up dipping down further in the last 15 minutes. We went from that 96.1 area and closed at 95.6. So, significant below that line. Typically, big moves in the dollar have had an exact inverse correlation with the wheat market. Corn, not quite as much, since it's more of a domestic demand issue, whereas wheat, as we know, is an export market. So, it's interesting to me, the timing. As we know, we've seen the weekly charts move to the positive side in the wheat. We've seen the monthly charts move with a positive formation on the wheat side. The dailies did cross over back in October. It looked like we were going to set up something good there, and then we failed, and now it's starting to set back up again. We had our good rally last week. I thought we'd pull back yesterday. We did, and now we have to catch. So we caught today. We were down overnight, closed higher today. If we can do that again tomorrow, I feel like the momentum is shifting in real time here. So, not something we're waiting for out in the future. It's tomorrow. If we fail here, we'll see what the dollar does. We'll react to the dollar first, see what it does, and if the wheat, has that inverse correlation with the dollar, or if the wheat is just still not going to play ball with everything else. So crude oil was up almost $2 today. Everything, I guess, is the way I feel the wheat market is right now. We're a gigantic freighter, cruise ship, whatever you want to call it. We don't have a sail, we don't have a motor, but the wind has changed and is now pushing us the right direction. Does that make sense? We don't have a sail. It's going to take a weather event larger than what we went through with the freeze here last week. It's going to take something larger than that. It's going to take something larger than just regular demand, however the cash market may move with demand, to really get the boat moving. But The tide is in our favor. It has changed. The wind is in our favor, and that is eventually going to push us the momentum and provide enough momentum to start grinding our way up the hill, and so we can get something better to sell into. I think everybody's in the same boat. We've got such a long way to go. I hate paying interest and storage on it. But in this case, I mean, we need 17 to 25% increase in this price just to get where we can get a tolerable level. And you say, well, what about all the government payments? You know, we're going to get that bridge payment here before the end of February. If the government doesn't shut down, we're going to get the PLC price this next fall, which is still estimated at over $1 a bushel. If we add all that up with today's price, then we're at cost. You know, I guess you can look at it that way, but I still, you know, for one, right now the most outfits have the government shutting down at a 70% odds. We'll find out by Monday. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I hope we don't go that route, but it wouldn't surprise me if we do. So, I did not hear anything on the ethanol front today. I know that Trump was supposed to give an update about that today. Since it was in Iowa, people thought there'd be an ethanol chatter about that moving to E15. And, you know, some people are saying, well, we're going to find out if he sides with the oil companies or with the farming. And I have not read to date at this time what he said. I did not listen to what he said. So I have not gotten that information. I will post that in my report or text when I get it. As of now, it sounded like it might have been a no-show. We will see. However, the dollar did respond some to some of his comments. So we will see. Not much else happening, really. Demand has been stellar in all grains, and a couple more weeks of that, and you know, things are going to have to move. I went pretty deep into the white wheat numbers this last report, and that's just an amazing situation starting to develop. Hard red winter is kind of in a similar boat. We should see that basis strengthen as well, and hard red spring's still kind of the dog. At least we had some positive stuff on the Canadian canola side. Weather-wise, the winter kill region was that Ukraine-Romania area. A little bit, they were the ones that most concerned. A little bit of concern for Russia, not much. They had enough snowpack to breeze through most of that. The problems were west of there. So that's about all I know. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on the dollar. And, you know, we closed down below that on the daily. Now we need to close down below that on the weekly. And, you know, we'll see Friday. If we're still below that mark on Friday, the tide has certainly changed, and that's going to have the wind at our back for a change. It's been a long time since that's happened. Talk to you soon.